Maybe you're convinced now. No smartphones, no social media, no video games. And you realize if you're the only one doing this, it's going to be very hard. Who are your friends going to hang out with? Who are you going to go to for support? That's what this video is all about. Finding community support so you don't have to do it alone. I want to start by validating being countercultural is very hard. We all face peer pressure. It's not just for kids. Adults face peer pressure too. It took me years to realize this. If you don't give your child a smartphone or social media, yeah, he may be the only one in his class who doesn't have it. He may be the only one in his grade. He may be one of the few people in his school who doesn't have it. I know these families personally, have a lot of respect for them. And at the same time, it is difficult. Having friends who do the same thing you do and support you in this decision has three benefits. First, it supports you when your kids complain. Your daughter can no longer say, I'm the only one who doesn't have Instagram, because she has a good friend who is a child of your good friend who doesn't have it either. Second, it provides social proof for your children. They can see that it is possible. They're not the only ones who have done it. Other people have done it maybe for years, and they're happy. They have a normal life as well. Actually, they're the only ones who do have a normal life, because being addicted to a screen is not normal, it's abnormal. Third, having a supporter helps you become a better person. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. It's helpful to have the support of someone who will challenge us when we're feeling weak, who will encourage us when we're feeling discouraged, and who will celebrate us when we have a win. So let's live this countercultural lifestyle together. So where do you find these supporters? Start with the places you already are. At pickup, after school, or after mass. Look for the families whose children are not glued to the smartphone as soon as the bell rings. Look for the families whose children are running around, playing outside, not a care in the world, and speaking with other children. If you're looking at these families, they probably have a few things in common. Maybe it's a very large family. They're probably well-dressed, modestly dressed. They care about other people. They are intentional in parenting. They're going to share your values. The benefit of this approach is you're not just getting another family who shares your ideas on screen usage, but they will have many other good practices, habits in their family that you can benefit from. Good things don't come in isolation, just as bad things don't come in isolation. So if you can find a family who's right in this one area, they will probably be right in many other areas that are important as well. So you just walk up to them and say, hey, I noticed your kids are not glued to the smartphone. We're trying to raise our kids without smartphones and toxic screen use as well. Maybe you don't say toxic screen use, they probably don't know what that means. But you could say smartphones, video games, social media. And chances are they'll reply with a big smile, yes, we're trying to do the same thing. Congratulations, you just found your first supporter. So what if you can't find anyone? This is where you can take the initiative, exercise leadership in your community by starting the community yourself. You email your parish, you email your school saying, hey, here's who I am. We want to be intentional about raising our children without smartphones, without video games, without social media. Who do you know in our community who agrees with this? Or can we do a meetup, a coffee of people who are interested in this idea and explore it together? You can email some of your existing friends and say, if you're interested in having a more intentional approach to screen use, which means no smartphones, etc., then come to my house at this time and we can talk about it. And the meetup is very simple. You explain your reasons, you listen to theirs, you find the common ground, and make a plan for going forward. And guess what? There's a side benefit of this, which is one of the best goods on earth, which is developing friendship with other people and people who will support you in your values. Keep in mind, you don't need 20 families to do this with you. You don't even need 5. Having just one goes a long way. There's a big difference between 0 and 1. And if you find that one other person, chances are they know one other person as well. So where do you go from there? I'm a big fan of the open door policy with your children's friends, that if there is a child whose family you trust, who's not going to bring a device to the home, open door policy, they can come over anytime. Pantry is stocked, the fridge is full. Don't even have to ask. Maybe it can be helpful to inform. But hey, it's okay if the house isn't in perfect order. Just have them over. They develop real natural friendships. That's what childhood used to be like. Maybe you remember those days. I do want to address the opposite of having a supportive community, which is having people close to you who undermine your parental decisions. This is a challenge that many people I talk to bring up. For example, grandparents, unfortunately, are notorious in this area because they can be popular and cool by providing the devices to the children, and they don't have to face any of the consequences, do they? It's a pretty nice gig for them. Other extended family members can be unhelpful in this area. So what do you do about it? Start with a direct conversation. Mom and Dad, we love you. We're so happy that you're in the lives of our children. We want you to know that we've made these decisions regarding screen time for our children. And so therefore, we will ask you not to give them screen-based activities or devices, because it's not just giving them devices, but they go over to grandparents' house. Maybe grandparents are tired. They just put on a video. It's a lot easier. Fortunately, I would think that the grandparents would want to play with their grandkids, but unfortunately, that's not always the case, especially if they have something else that they're doing, preparing dinner or something like that. But just making the expectations clear, both on gifts and screen-based activities. A nice thing about the gifts is if they don't follow your advice, or rather your personal request on that, well, no problem. If they give you the gift, you just give it away to someone else. Your kids may not even have to know about it, or if they do, there's another lesson for them. Hey, when someone gives you a screen, we're just going to give it away. This all goes back to the idea that you as parents are the primary caregivers, and no one can replace you in that. If you follow through on these ideas, think about the memories your children will have. They will experience a real childhood, which is becoming increasingly rare, unfortunately. You will have a generational impact, because then your children have an image of what an effective parent looks like, so that which they can transmit then to their children. Your children will be so grateful for this. They will love you and respect you for protecting them. Community is possible, although it may take being intentional to build it. But that's what the life of virtue is. It's acting according to our reason, not according to circumstances. It's a lot easier to just go with the flow and be swayed by passing circumstances. But that's not the vocation of a Christian. We have to be countercultural in order to be successful. That is a prerequisite to being a Christian, and it's worth it. If you're looking for community, download the guide in the comments, The 4 Critical Moments Parents Miss, and then share that with some people that you think may be receptive to this idea. It's very convincingly written, I have to say. It's very persuasive. So if they resonate with that, then you already have someone who you can follow up with and build community with. I also build community by coming to your community to speak, whether that's your school, your church, parent group, friend group. I did this recently in Milwaukee. We built a community there. We connected like-minded parents. They were really excited. They want to have me back and do a follow-up session with them. They see that they're not alone, and they leave with a clear action plan. So reach out to me if you want me to speak to your community. I'm Dr. D'Souza. I hope this helps.